Welcome to the Wardenberg Family Farm with Don and Brenda.
Well, for those of you that watch the channel, I'm sorry we didn't have any videos over the summer, but we were extremely busy.
We worked to transform our 40-acre farm from a traditional row crop farm to a farmstead homestead.
So now that it's December, almost Christmas, we're going to show you what you missed over the summer. So stay tuned.
We started the year in the spring with the easiest and the cheapest project I think we did all year. We wanted to put a fence down the left side of the barn ramp to keep the grandchildren from going over the bank and also to hold the barn door back. So I dug holes in the concrete. I couldn't go that deep because actually a root cellar is down there. So I had to backfill with some concrete to hold the posts in place. And then I got some oak from my favorite sawmill, some 1x6s. We put 3 fence boards across, and I think it looks great. They look new, and the ones on the right side you see are seasoned for a year. Next year they'll look seasoned like they've been there for forever.
Well, we said we did this project for a couple of reasons. Number one, it does look really pretty. And number two, it does keep the grandkids from falling over the edge or getting in trouble.
And maybe the main reason we're going to show you right now. We're going to open the doors. These are the original doors on the barn, original hardware. And we open the doors and rope them off so that they don't go flying open when the wind catches them.
Because there's some serious wind around here, and if it catches these large doors, it can really hurt you.
And I go in and out of there quite a bit with the tractor to get the wagon or to get some of the hay bales. You know, that reminds me, we haven't done a video of the barn yet.
That's going to be coming up.
Let us know if you want to see a video about the barn.
It's a really cool barn.
Another small project on the barn is we added lights on 3 sides of the barn. We actually need the lights in the wintertime because we go in and feed the cows at night and it's dark.
Well, even just walking out the driveway, there was no lights. It was dark between the street and the house. So now we can actually see when we're walking out there.
Yeah, and our cows will never get lost. They'll be able to find their way back to the barn from the field.
We did it for the cows. You know, it is really functional, but it also looks beautiful at night.
Very warm looking.
Well, the next thing we're going to show you is something very exciting. Right there. Isn't that exciting?
Not as exciting as this, though.
But you have to have this to get that.
The next project was a big one. It's one we knew we had to do, but we're not looking forward to. We had been watering the market garden, the high tunnel, watering the cattle, everything from the farmhouse well. And that's a lot to expect from one well. And it was starting to show the strain. So we knew we needed to dig another well.
I hired a well drilling contractor and they brought their big rig in and drilled. We hoped to find water in about 300, maybe 400 feet. Unfortunately, we had to go down 800 feet to get the water we needed for irrigation.
So they were here for quite a while, and the cows actually enjoyed watching them.
Next, we had to dig a pit right beside the well to put the pressure tank and the well pump control equipment. So the farmer down the road, my son Jake, we built a wall. We used lintels instead of pouring a foundation. We put 7 course of block, and you can see reinforcement rods, so it's very strong. That should keep all the equipment from freezing in the winter. Next, we had to trench 600 feet for irrigation line. It had to be down at least 32 inches to keep it from freezing. Now, I did get a price from the well drilling contractor to do all of this work. 600 feet of line and 7 hydrants. And I thought I could do it cheaper. And boy, was it a lot of work.
But it was cheaper.
Yeah, it was. Now, we did rent a ditch witch, which we brought in on the trailer, and we put it on front of the skid steer, and we dug the ditches. Now, the soil on the farm is great until it's not. The soil is beautiful, loose limestone soil until you hit big limestone rock. So when we did, we had to call in our other friend with a big backhoe, and you can see the size of some of the slabs of rock that came out. Next, we had to fill in all the trenches and the pits that we opened up and put the poly pipe in.
I was just glad they got them filled in before any grandkids fell in the pits or the holes.
They were attracted to them, weren't they?
The whole time they were open, all the kids are going, don't fall in the holes, don't fall in the holes. And they didn't.
So we had to install the 7 hydrants here, and these are the Iowa frost-free hydrants. They've been around for over 100 years, but they work great. We had to put a bed of stone at the bottom because when you close the hydrant, the water weeps out and it is frost-free because it all drains down below the frost line.
Which is good because I actually do water stuff in the tunnel all winter long. So it's going to be so nice to have water in there all winter long.
How in the world did we make out without all those hydrants out there last year?
It was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm probably most excited about the hydrant that's inside my tunnel because I do grow things through the winter. And I used to have to haul water out here or have it stored out here somewhere and keep it from freezing. And it's been in the 20s overnight around here. And I still have water. So it's great. It makes it so much easier.
And today it's in the 60s.
Salad for anyone?
Inside the tunnel, it's in
Yeah,
the
inside
60s.
here it's 60 right now.
I'm tired already talking about these projects. We sure had our hands full. But we had a
Especially you.
pit that we had to close up and do something. I could have just put soil over it, but I think Brenda wanted something else.
Yeah, instead he decided to do something that would make me very, very happy.
So I went to the sawmill in the forest and got some rough cut pine, and we built up a little frame building with standing seam roof. And you can see the pit down below, and it's insulated so it won't freeze below, but we have this great building up top with board and batten. It looks real natural, doesn't it? Now here I had a beautiful assistant this day.
Yeah, I had the easy part, just hold stuff. Now, can any of you begin to guess what it might be? He made it look very nice. It's very strong. It serves a purpose. Even has pretty shutters. Man, it looks really nice at night with a little light in there.
Is that the doghouse when I'm in trouble?
Hey, it could double as that. But no, did I give you any hints? I raise monarch butterflies in the summer. So Donnie built me a butterfly house where I can raise my butterflies. And the grandkids just love that. They love looking for the eggs, watching them grow, and then when they hatch or when they come out of their chrysalis, they love having us sit on their fingers and take off.
Did I win any points for that?
Oh, a lot of points. Yeah, it was definitely a good deal.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
So isn't this a nice butterfly house? I'm thrilled. Now, of course, it's December, so there's no butterflies in there now. But come summer, it'll be filled with lots of monarch caterpillars, milkweed, and little butterflies waiting to be released. And we're going to put a nice little slate patio in front here. I'll have flower pots and flowers, and I even have the perfect chair. We found it out along the road for the trash. But tell me that's not perfect. That's my little butterfly chair. So I can't wait till summer.
Now, one of the first things we did when we moved on the farm was to build a solar pavilion. And it served a couple purposes. It gave us solar, plus it's a beautiful little picnic pavilion for our family to use.
So we had 44 solar panels with the first project, and now with the second phase we added another 36. And these are large commercial panels. So we put some on the front of the garage and on the side of the ag building. Now here's a rig that we had to raise the panels up to the roof so we didn't have to carry them up the ladder.
And I actually got to do some of that. I got to do the tractor work for a while.
Yeah, you were pretty smooth.
I like that part better than climbing on the roof.
Yeah. So my son Jake and I put all the panels up. Essentially, it involves attaching panels to 2 long rail systems that are attached to the roof. And then there are 2 lines that run underneath that connect all the panels together, and they run down to an inverter, which is down inside the building.
Here's the brains behind the whole thing. Our son Alex designed both the solar pavilion and all of this.
You can see the 3 inverters behind him on the wall.
Yeah, but that's not the cute part. He really knows his solar, and now he's imparting his wisdom into his son, Tice. So who knows, future little engineer there.
Could be. One smaller project we had is we mounted the car chargers. We have one inside and one outside because in our family we have 3 EVs now.
Now this has to get you excited, doesn't it? It's wonderful.
A new 400 amp service. It had to be bigger in order to handle all the additional solar power that's going out to the grid. We also had to buy a new transformer for the pole.
More excitement.
A 25 kVA. Isn't that cool?
Ooh, you're all a Twitter now, aren't you?
And since we had filled in all the holes and gotten everything nice and neat, we think it's time to dig some more holes. And of course, while they were digging, they ran into a few rocks again.
Seems like that happens every time.
Pretty much.
So we upgraded to a 400 amp service. And you can see the conduit, again, 32 inches underground. Now, during the process of upgrading our service, we were able to eliminate 3 telephone or power poles on the property.
This pole was only there because it was supporting this pole that was leaning on the building. So we were relieved to get rid of those.
Yes. They brought in heavy equipment to pull the poles out, and fortunately they left them on the farm for us so we can use them in our market garden.
Well, there was one last project that needed done this summer, and that was our barn roof needed painted. It was in pretty bad shape. So instead of risking breaking their necks and going up high like that, we did get smart and hired someone to do it.
Thank goodness, after all those projects, this is the last thing we needed. So they power sprayed the roof, put a great layer of primer on it, and they finished it with a beautiful coat of green paint to match the shutters and all of the roofs on the property.
It looks so much better. It's a really pretty barn.
It is beautiful.
Well, if you made it through all those exciting projects, thanks for joining us. They may not have been as exciting to you, but they were very exciting to us because it's going to make our life so much easier.
Thank you for joining us on the Wardenburg Family Farm.
See you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Ain't gonna get any better now.
Okay.
Let's go.